I'm just setting up here and letting people come in. Okay, so I hope I remembered taking out all the things that I need. Now I'm going to try and see if I can get the chat. Okay. Hi Beth Ann, sorry, and hi Kim. Okay. I'm going to do another cover for this book. This is the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I'm going to do the front cover. What will be on the other side, I'm not sure yet. So, okay. I'm going to start by, I'm going to do the front of the cover on this, let's call it gray board. This is the back of a paper pad. I'm always keeping them because they are very good material to work with. You can use a gray board, chipboard for that matter. I could have done directly on this cover because it's a hardcover. I don't like to do it because from past experience, no matter how I protect the inside, it's never enough. Even if I wrapped all of it with cling wrap, just not so good. So I like to work on a cover on something like that, and only when it's finished I'm attaching it to the front. So now I'm going to use this for the front. I'm not sure yet how I want to do the spine and the other side. I'm more interested in the front. So I'm going to take the book aside, and I've measured the size that I need for the front here and here. And I had a lot of plans and I didn't know what I wanted. First, I wanted to do it like a leather covered book and do a faux leather look, but then I thought, as much as I wanted it to look like that, it wouldn't appeal to, let's say, kids. I wanted something that with a little bit more imagination and more appeal for a kid to pick up that book. And I was again thinking, one of my first thing that I thought about is to do it like a painting. I will make a painting of the forest with all the snow and of the lamppost in the middle of the forest. But then I decided that I want something a little bit more, let's say, 3D. I wanted more mixed media, more that it would look like it's the door, like the front of the cover will be like the door for the wardrobe. So I'm going to do something. Let's hope it will turn into something nice. I've ordered these things in advance because I didn't plan on putting the line on the cover, but I thought that this could be a great handle if I'm doing something like as if it's the door to the wardrobe. I thought it would be nice. I'm not sure I'm going to use this. Maybe I will just use this as the handle to open. So now first, when dealing with gray boards or chipboards, it's better to prepare them. It's better to cover the both sides with acrylic paint. Even if you really want it to be durable, it's even better to use acrylic paint that is meant for walls. But today I'm just going to use a plain acrylic paint, and I'm going to cover this gray board from both sides with black acrylic paint. When I'm doing projects like this, I found out that I prefer to do black. You can do gesso, you can do acrylic paint, up to you. And as I said, I found that I prefer a black because most of the time I will go with paint and all kinds of stuff on top, and it's a lot easier to cover on top of black than on white. The white, I know it sounds weird, but when I'm doing this kind of projects, and I've done all kinds of altered boxes and in the past in videos, somehow the white with all, when you do texture, somehow the white still is picking in all kinds of places, and I found that the black is better for me. But again, if you want, you can go and do white. The chat isn't moving, so once again I'm gonna go and try. Let's see. Now I've got some kind of commercial. Okay, so hi Phyllis, hi Linda, Kim and Vanessa. So right now I'm just covering this gray board with black acrylic paint from both sides. I'm also going on the side of the gray board. It's better to go over the sides if you're planning on doing anything, if you're altering using gray board or chipboard for any kind of project. It can be on a box, it doesn't have to be the cover of a book. It's better to do also the sides, because any wet media that will go on this will reach the edges, and if you don't like seal it with the paint, then you will have some kind of a problem. So it's better to be thorough and cover everything from both sides. So now I need to do this, although the paint is still wet underneath. I'll just hold it like this and just cover. It's like the video I've done with the watercolors. When you see your paper buckle, then it means that you need to counter the water on one side, on the other side. It doesn't matter if it's just water or if it's paint. That's why when I'm doing something with watercolors, as I showed you in my last video, I first spray a little bit of water on the back. And that's how my paper doesn't buckle. Not concerned about brush strokes or anything. All of this is gonna get covered. This is just so there will be some kind of seal to the gray board, and so I will have a nice surface to work on. That's it. So now both sides are with wet paint. I don't care. I'll just move it aside somewhere. Doing altered books, altered boxes. One of the the worst thing is the waiting period for each thing to dry. So I'm just taking a baby wipe because I already managed to make a mess with the paint. If I don't make a mess, check on me, because I probably got kidnapped and replaced with a clone. Okay. So what I'm planning to do is first do some kind of color in the background. I'm going for a blue scale color and white and blue that will give me the feel of a snowy forest. And I'm planning on a lamppost that I'm going to do. I have a stencil with a lamppost, so I will need a modeling paste. Here is the lamppost that I'm planning to do, and I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking of using the modeling paste to create some kind of, like, in the foreground, some kind of how to call it, piles of snow on the ground, whatever. And I'm thinking the trees are going to be either with hot glue gun, or I'm thinking using this macrame twine, either like this, or I'll just take it apart, because when you're taking this kind of a twine apart, you get 3 of these, and they look like tree branches. I can even go like this. This will be part, and only on the end I will keep it like this, and I can even trim some of it if I want this one long and these two to be shorter, and here is a branch for the tree. Now I don't care about colors because everything is going to get covered. First I'm creating the texture and the images on my cover, and all the paint and little details are going to come on top. So I'm not sure yet. It's the trees are going to be either that or glue gun, or maybe I'll use both. I don't know. So still needs for the gray board to dry. So I figured this is going to be a long process, and so what I figured, I'll do something else with you while I'm waiting for this to dry. Last video I've done the watercolors with stencil, and I wanted to show you something. I've done the same thing with this because I wanted this sea turtle to be my focal point in one of my art journal pages. I've used all kinds of metallic watercolors, went wild with it, and of course let it dry. Now, I know it looks like a mess, but bear with me. First of all, I hope you can see the details here of the turtle, and I really love it. Now, at first when I done it, I thought that I will do the technique that I showed you with the watercolors and the stencil, and then I will go back when it's dry and start a stenciling with black acrylic paint. But when I removed it and seen all these beautiful details, I didn't want to cover them with black. So what I figured to do is to take a black marker, let's see, and basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to align it again to where it was sitting, and I'm going to trace all this all the details of the stencil with this very fine black black marker. It's just plain I don't know what to call it, pencil or marker. So that's what I'm going to do, just go around and trace all the shapes, and when it's done I'm just going to cut the turtle and use it as my focal point. I'm even considering, like now I traced only one, okay? I'm even considering going in and adding some more details in each shape with the same marker. I don't know yet. First I'll do this, and when it's all finished, then I'll see if I feel like I need more details, more interest to my turtle. It doesn't even to be precise. I'm basically picking up just the shapes so it will be more visible on top of all these smears of watercolors. Maybe if I will have to wait for a lot of the things to dry for the book cover, maybe we will get also an art journal page 2-for-1. I wasn't sure that I would be able to go live today. I was so tired. Only slept 2 hours last night, but I've managed to rest today enough to go live. And I've also considered if I still want to do what I've promised to do, the cover of the book, because it seemed like too long of a process. But then I figured, what the heck, I'll try. I can always decide that I'm just starting and not finishing, I can do other stuff like what I'm doing now while I'm waiting for the gray board to dry. So, well, trying to just apply how I go about my art to how I go about videos. Just go with the flow. It doesn't have to be a TV production. I'm so far away from something like that. Ooh, I'm trying to really like this. And again, I can't see the chat. Let's see. Let's see what you're what you're writing and how boring how I'm boring you. For all the Americans, happy 4th of July Day. Didn't think about it until I put the announcement of the live that it's 4th of July. And you are probably celebrating. Okay, let's see, chat. Hi, Brenda. Melissa. Yes, I'm okay, Melissa. Just, well, let's say in the last almost 2 years now, I had some health problems. And this is not a, oh, poor little Noit. It's just that, well, almost 2 years ago, I had a surgery, and well, they opened me up like a Thanksgiving turkey, played with the stuffing, closed me up, and I don't know if it's connected, but since then I am living in pain. And first of all, I thought it was the surgery. So, okay, I let it, I waited and I waited because I thought it will take a long time to heal and I need to be patient. But it started to be too much. So, and then there were all kinds of, what you call them, intensified hot flashes. So I figured, okay, that's part of my age. I went to the doctor, got some pills for that, but still living in pain, can't sleep, can't function. I don't know if the surgery was the trigger, but sometimes it feels like it. So after a long time, because I'm also tend not to go to the doctor until it's critical. So after a long time, went again, explained all the stuff that I'm going through, all the pain, muscle pain and joint pain and all kind of stuff that I know, like all my nerves are exposed. So finally, only a month ago, they declared that I had a, what's it's called, fibromyalgia, and gave me some medicine for it. But they said it would take time, and it does, and maybe it wouldn't work, and there are all kinds of medicine to use for this, and I will probably had to try and do each time until I find something that works for me. So I got some, but it's not quite there yet. So I need to go again to the doctor, so he will change the medicine. And that's why I can't sleep, because even one wrinkle in the bedspread and I can't sleep, because it's like all your nerves are exposed. Everything is hurting, and so it's not fun. Let's just say that. But I'm working through it, and of course all the work probably is the stress doesn't help this, although I am lucky, and each morning I'm counting my blessings. I'm counting my blessing that we are all alive. I'm counting my blessings that my older son that is in the military is not at the forefront, and all kinds of stuff. I'm counting my blessing. That's it. So that's what's going on now. And also sometimes if you see that my hands are a little bit trembling, shaking, it's part of the fibromyalgia thing. It's a good thing that I like squiggly lines. The shaking is just making it easier. So it is what it is. I don't have a lot of, I don't know how to express it, a lot of space right now to deal with all kinds of stuff. So I'm keeping it to the bare minimum. Each time I'm thinking, oh, I don't have what to call it, I can't do another video, I'm not up to it, I'm not in the mood, and then I say I have to keep on, I have to do it, it will just make everything better, and it is. It won't help to throw in the towel. It's better that I will just continue and push through. At least for me, that's how I deal with things. But I'm keeping all my brain waves for things that are important. There is not much space for other stuff. I've been approached by all kinds of people about doing, I don't know, videos for all kinds of art retreats, and I don't know how to explain that I can't right now commit to anything. It looks like Everything is too much. I can't plan for the future. If someone is approaching me and says, do you want to do a video for a retreat in May? I don't know where I'm going to be in May. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. I don't know what is going on here in the country with this war. So how can I say anything about the future? Maybe we won't be here anymore. Almost done, and this is almost dry. I think I've put a lot of acrylic paint, but never mind. And that's why it takes so long to dry. I could have used the heat tool, but decided that I will just use the time to show you how I make a focal point from this mess of a turtle. If you've got a stencil with all these little details like my sea turtle, you don't have to do all the details. You can pick what you want. Just so you know, I'm just figured I will do it. Yeah. So it still looks like a mess because we have all the watercolors that are out of out of bounds. But it doesn't matter because this is going to be fussy cut, and I can always take another marker and just go around and create an outside contour for this turtle. So who cares about what's going on outside of it? Now I even can go back with watercolors or with whatever I want and add more color. I can decide that I can add more color. I can decide that I want to doodle inside all of this. So it's not over yet, but it's such a fun and easy technique to do with watercolors and stencil that it can be so versatile and anyone can do it. Okay. Yeah. Already it's better. And I have problems with the chat. Once again, it's so frustrating. Don't know why it always got stuck. Let's see. I can see now the chat. Hello to everyone. Yeah, migraines are horrible. You want to just throw your head against a wall and just wait for to lose consciousness. In Greece, I wasn't planning on May. I'm already checking Athens in maybe in October, but maybe May in Greece. Oh, I need to check that out. Not all the fl- uh, all the flight companies resumed flights here because we are at war. We have Wizz Air, and we've got Ryanair, but even that they didn't resume all the destinations, so it's a little bit difficult right now. And I think some of it is also decisions that are more made based on politics than if it's safe or not. So it is what it is, and I love to travel, so wherever I can go, I go. Already been to Budapest. It's almost, I think, a week, 2 weeks ago. I've been to Budapest, and before that Prague. And I try not to travel in July and August because I'm traveling to Europe, and some of the countries in Europe still didn't accept that they have heat waves, and they still don't put ACs everywhere. So it's just horrible to be in some places in July and August, like Bucharest in Romania or Budapest. I was now just horrible. Even in the malls, you would think they would have ACs in the malls, shopping malls. I'm referring to shopping malls, and nope. Inside stores, yes, but if you want to sit for I don't know, in a coffee shop, no AC. And they didn't even it's like they have like iced coffee and sometimes iced tea, but other cold drinks that you really need and want when it's so hot, it's just no, not in Europe, at least not in in the countries that I've mentioned. Almost done with the turtle, so we can begin on the cover. The suspense is killing me. Okay, rest. Let the turtle rest. Okay, so I need the blow dry because I can't wait forever for this. Oops, one of the lights went out. I'll deal with it in a minute. It feels like it doesn't want to dry. Okay, mess, mess, and more mess. Okay. Okay. Good enough. So what I'm going to start is the lamppost because I need to figure where I'm putting it and create the forest accordingly. And I'm thinking I'll put it here. I'm not using a modeling paste. I'm using a joint compound. Oh, I have this large bucket of joint compound from the hardware store. And see, oh boy. Went around the table to put the light, another light on, and just stumbled upon something that I left on the floor. Okay, so joint compound, I feel that it's good enough as a modeling paste and it's cheaper. So that's what I'm usually using. But if you want modeling paste, there are all kinds of videos out there on YouTube how to make modeling paste. Basically, it's a baby powder or talcum, a glue, water, and white acrylic paint. I've done in the past, but I'm using joint compound. Okay. All kinds of already made pastes that you can find in the hardware store can be used. Also, wood filler also is good. It also can be used in molds because it has a little bit more elasticity than joint compound. Joint compound can be used in molds, but has less elasticity. So let's see. And I'm going to put this quite thick. So I want it to stand out. And of course, if I don't like it, I can always scrape it. But as I said, I want it to be visible, so I'm putting a thick a layer of the paste. And if it doesn't work, I'll scrape it and start again, because sometimes I'm making a mess with the paste. It doesn't matter if it's joint compound or modeling paste. I don't care that it's going on top of here. There's going to be lots of texture here, so really don't care. Just hoping that I will get the lamppost. Okay, so it's not perfect, but that's okay. First, I'm just moving the stencil and cleaning it. Never let a paste dry on your stencil. So first thing first, cleaning. I'm scraping here on the side where I have room. I'm scraping the excess paste. And okay, good enough. And I will go over with a baby wipe to make sure that it's cleaned. Yeah, okay, dealt with that. So, lamppost. Best thing when you have something like this is to let it dry a little before you're fixing. You can, when it's completely dry, you can even take a very fine sandpaper and go over it. So it's okay that it's not perfect. You can do some fixing. I can even go in and add a little bit if I feel like it, like here, or just leave it be and wait for it to dry. And when you pull a stencil with modeling paste or joint compound and you get this kind of ridges from the lifting, again, you can just do something like that, or it's better to wait for it to dry, not completely, wait for it to semi-dry before you are dealing with trying to make it perfect. Okay, now I'm thinking to take the joint compound and create texture that will be the forest flower, for that matter. I don't know what to call it. And I know most of these projects, if you've seen any of my altered boxes, or I even done other altered books, it looks like a mess because you put all kinds of materials with all kinds of colors on top, but that's just the start. You're just, it doesn't matter. All of it is going to get covered. All of it is going to get paint. It doesn't matter if you want to do it to look like leather, or if you want to make it look like I don't know, a metal box or metal engraving. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is to be creative with the textures and build on it. So yes, it would look like a mess. And of course I will need for this to dry. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I really want it to be something that will capture the imagination of a child, not of an adult for that matter. You can always scrape what you don't like. Okay. I'm leaving the handle for last because I like the color. I don't want to cover it. And even if in the last minute I feel like I want it to be in another color, I can always put gesso and paint on it. So this is staying for last when everything else is done. So I'm thinking trees now. And where did I put the lid? Here. Okay, done with that. So as I said in the beginning, either with a hot glue gun or with this a macrame a twine, not sure yet, maybe both. I think that I will have a little bit more control with the hot glue gun, so maybe I'll go with that. Now I need to find an outlet, a free outlet for that matter. Here we go again. I need to change the outlets I have here. I think they are old and need to be changed. Okay, so there, I'm trying to put another light back on. Let's see. Doesn't want to work. Here we go. Okay. So I'm letting the glue gun warm up, and maybe, let's see, I'm taking a white pencil, and I'm thinking maybe it would be easier if I plan some of the trees. something like that. It's really easy to make trees. You just need to think of the letter Y. It doesn't matter if you want flowy lines or scraggly lines. You only need the letter Y, and I will show you in a minute what I'm talking about. Like each tree is starting with some kind of this leg. This is the trunk, and then it goes Y, and then it goes Y, and then it goes Y, and it's even easier if for people who just starting to do something like that, like stickman, only this is a stick tree, and then you decide what kind of lines you like. If you like flowy lines that will go like this, okay, or if you like this kind of line. This is just a simple explanation, so you will see how easy it to make a tree. And if you know me, I just love more flowy lines. I'm more into something like that. Okay, so let's see. Maybe it would be better to no, I'll try this way and we'll see how it's going. Okay, so maybe it would be better to start here, so I won't get inside the glue, and I need to put a glue stick inside. Okay. If you want more control of your line of glue, place the glue gun a little bit on your surface, not to cover the hole that where the glue is going out, just a little bit on the side, and you will have more control. You can hardly see it because it's on black, but making the trunk thicker towards here. At the bottom it's thicker. Now all these strings, like I'm leaving them be for right now. I can get rid of them later on with a hard bristle brush or with the heat tool. But again, with the heat tool, you need to be very careful. So if it's too hot, it can activate your what you've done with the glue gun, and it will just melt and spread. So be careful. I'm going in with the trees, so I will have more than one plane in the background of the trees. I hope I'm making some sense. Okay. I'm overlapping. It just looks better when you're overlapping, then you get more of a 3D feel for it. I'm not really concerned of where each branch is going. I'll make branches until I feel I've got something nice going on. Okay. Not all the branches need to go up to here. And I can always go back and add more to a tree that I've done. Let's see. Just putting more as if a starting of a tree picking out from the snow. Again, you can hardly see it. There is no color to distinct each element. Okay. A hot mess, pun intended. I think only one more and that's it. One more tree here. Yeah, I think it's enough. If I feel it needs more, I'll deal with it later. Okay, so just want to play a little bit with the paste here. Okay, again, this needs to dry. So, back to the turtle. I'm multitasking. So we've got the turtle and let's do a page somewhere. Okay. So my turtle is going something like that. A little big, but it's okay. And let's see. I'm in a wavy mood. Could be nice. I don't know. I'm playing. We'll see. So that's just some kind of layout for the background. And I figured that I will use watercolors again. Yeah. Let's see. I'll take a break and drink something. I'm parched. And let's see what's going on. Hi to everyone who came in, and sorry if I missed it. I'm each time I need to like do some kind of refreshing so I can see the chat. I don't know why it gets stuck, but it is what it is. Okay, let's see. Hi Amber, hi Juanita. Greece and Turkey. Well, Turkey, I'm not going there. They hate us. And if you're in Turkey, be very careful. They don't like women there. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Megan. Okay. The joint compound, just don't let it dry. It's not like you have to, in the exact moment that you're finished with the stenciling, clean it, but it's better at least scraping the leftovers and going over it with a baby wipe. Later on, I will take it and clean it better underwater. If you are doing all kinds of projects and you know that you will use more than one, then I have like a tray that is big enough to put to put some water and stencil. So when I know that I'm going to do more than one, I'm preparing in advance, and then I just put them in water, and when I'm finished doing whatever I was doing, then I will go and clean them. I bought the stencil. I'm just going over. Whoa, 36 people. Oh my God, I thought there would be only 10, especially that it's the 4th of July. I thought all the Americans will be celebrating. Bye, Megan. Oh, an iPad in the kitchen. That's good. Yeah. Can't see the forest for the trees. Okay, so I'm thinking watercolors. Just because I made the turtle with watercolors, I'm just bringing in all kinds. Okay, and I'm thinking maybe I will add a little bit of shimmer with metallic watercolors. These are from the cheap store. Pelican from 3 decades ago. No Brand from Amazon, and Paul Rubens watercolor set. So whatever you have, use it. You don't even have to do it with watercolors. You can just do a background with acrylic paint. I just don't have enough real estate here, free real estate on my desk. Let's get rid of the glue gun. Okay, one less thing. Let's get rid of this. Whew. Now I can see something of my desk. Okay, so a brush, a soft brush. Soft brush is almost essential to watercolors because it can hold the water and the paint. And let's see. Of course, I'm going to start with turquoise. It's a must. I'm just picking it up and let's see. It's not even watercolor paper, it's just a paper from a paper pad, 240 gram for a page. Very easy, I don't care. The turtle needs a home. Yeah. Maybe later I will add some shimmer on top of it with the metallics. Okay, next. Maybe do these spirals first. I don't know. Maybe. I have a water jar to the side that I keep dipping my brush in. Okay, next, what color do I want? Maybe this green. I'm a little bit overlapping, so there will be an in-between. But I'm not really concerned about it. As you can see, it's very flowy and I don't care. It's a very simple background. Anyone can do it. I mean it. So no excuses. Anyone can do it. Okay. Let's pick another blue. Did I move the camera? No, good enough. Lightning not great, but it is what it is. Another blue. Blue, green, I don't know, whatever. This is so relaxing. Just let me smear paint, whatever, if it's with a brush or my fingers, and I'm happy. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What color do I want? I'm thinking another greenish color. I could have also done more than one color to a section that I've put here on the page, but the watercolor is, well, it's doing its job, and it's not one solid color. Some areas are darker, some areas are lighter, so I don't feel like I need to use more than one color in a section. But of course, up to you. You can go wild with it. And it doesn't have to be a sea theme like I've done. I just made a sea turtle, so I figured my sea turtle needed a home. Ooh, this is bright. I love that it's spreading into the green here. As long as it's wet and it can be it can bleed into another area, and I love it. When watercolors dry, they tend to turn lighter. If it bothers you, you can just go over and add more on top when it's dry. Not sure about this color, but whatever. A little bit yellowy, but it brings light to the background. Maybe I'll do just a small section. Something like that. Okay. I'm gonna take a little break and see what's going on, what I've missed in the chat. Had to refresh again. Mm, 240 grams, the paper. Okay. Next, the next color. Maybe this one. I don't know how much time it will take for all the modeling paste to dry, but if it will take too long, then it would just have to be an ongoing project. As I said, at least there will be some kind of an art journal page from this. Maybe the spiral with the same. Yeah, why not? I'm doing it very loosely. I'm so not concerned about it being precise or anything. It's just a background and probably be more details on top. So this is just the first layer and I really don't care. And it's so relaxing, so why bring in something that will stress me out? Like being precise. Yeah. I like it. No, not sure. I thought about dropping in small areas some coral color, but now I'm not sure about it. I think my sea turtle will get lost on a coral color, so I'll have to nix that. I'll just continue with blue and green, and that's it. I also thought I would use some sand color, but it won't work with the colors on my sea turtle. Maybe, yeah. Fixing the spiral a little bit so it will touch the edges of the page. Yeah. I want to add more green here. I'm just trying to figure out which green. Maybe this one. Good enough. I'm sorry I'm neglecting you. I'm trying to finish this. Yeah. Okay. So I'm left with this corner, and I'm thinking that I will just use the same color for this corner. Almost done with the first layer. Yeah. Let's see just for a minute. Yeah, I think you will enjoy this. The home I created. I'm not even done with the sea turtle itself. I'm just thinking to add some shimmer with the metallics. Don't know how much of it you will see, but just in random places. I'm not going to cover everything. And so that was that. And I'm thinking a little bit of a gold shimmer on the greens. I'm putting it quite randomly where I would like a shimmer. It doesn't have any rules to it. Okay. I'm just having fun. Okay, so that's that. I think I'm done with the watercolors. So once again, clearing out. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so it's a little bit still wet, but now it's enough for me to do some fixing. You can use whatever you want. It was just for me it was easier to take this kind of stylus. It really doesn't matter. Even a tip of a pencil can do the same thing. And let's see. I want to clear some of that here. Good enough. And it's like I'm missing here a little bit of modeling paste, so I'm thinking how I'm going to fix it without doing any damage. Not that serious, but that's okay. I can always bring back the glue gun again and make a branch that goes like this, and so it won't be noticeable. But it still needs a little bit more of drying. So taking this to the side. Have I already said 2 for 1? Anyone? Okay. I'm thinking some contour lines. I'm just thinking if I want to use gold or silver. I'm not sure. I'll go with the gold, I think. I have one. Now, oh, there it is. Just making sure it's dry so I won't do any damage. Okay. I've got some metallic blue somewhere. Maybe it would be better. Sometimes I don't even remember what I've got. Yeah. It looks almost silver. Starting to take shape just by doing this. Yeah. I'm thinking of adding some dots. I don't know why. Something like, or maybe just to have more interest and more a visual texture. I'm just having fun. It can be anything. It can be lines, it can be stars, it can be whatever you want. Just having fun with it. Very, very simple. I'm not using a heat tool on the joint compound, or for that matter, if you are using a modeling paste, because a lot of time, depending on the elasticity of the whatever paste you are using, trying to hurry it up with the heat tool can make cracks. Now, sometimes it's great if you want to do some kind of an antique or distressed look. The cracks are great, but that's not what I'm going for here, and I don't want it to crack, so I'm not using a heat tool. In terms of all kinds of paste that I um, experimented with, wood filler has the most elasticity. Yeah. I hope you can see what's going on here. The shimmery part, at least. Okay, I'm checking the chat. And once again, for God's sake. Okay. Don't be afraid of watercolors. Let them spread. Hi, Evie. The messy palette. Yes, I know. I just don't want to bother with it right now. I even managed to put in a very small bottle with fine nozzle once I've done the combination of baby powder with glue and acrylic paint. So I will have some kind of paste and you can do lines with it if you have a fine point. But I just didn't want to bother with that little piece. That's great. Miss Orbeck's Ghosts. Bye, Beth Ann. Bye, Beth. Okay. I'm still feeling like the background needs a little more something and the turtle, but I'm putting this aside for a little bit, and I want to go and let's see. Some of the modeling paste is dry, some of it not, but I'm going to at least start covering some of it. Again, I'm going to cover it. I still have a little bit of black gesso, so that's what I'm going to use, but it doesn't have to be black gesso. It can be white gesso. It's just a good primer. It will, and also it will make everything look the same with the same finish. And I'm going to use, of course, paint on top of it. I just prefer the black. As I said at the beginning of the live, I find that when I'm using white gesso, I always miss spots and I don't like it. So I'm using black gesso. I'm now using a brush to get rid of the glue strings from the hot glue gun. Again, I could use a heat tool, but I'm too afraid to use it. Too much of the heat tool and it will reactivate the glue. It will melt and I don't want it, so I prefer to just go about it like this. And some of it will get covered with the gesso, so good enough. Okay, so black gesso it is, and I've got, yeah, I still got here, I think. I hope it's still Okay. So just now covering and getting in all the inside all this texture. Oh, the the head of the brush just fell apart from the handle. Saved it the last minute. I'm trying to be gentle here because it's not completely dry. You see how much mess I'm doing all around? That's why I prefer to work on this kind of panel, and when it's finished to attach it to the book. You don't mess with the book. If you want a very fine, to add more of a fine texture on top, like here where I've done, let's say the ground with where it's going to be the ground of the forest with the snow, and I don't want to do it with the modeling paste. Gesso also creates some kind of texture. Right now I'm using the gesso to cover everything, but I can also go in and with all kinds of brushes create a little bit more of a subtle texture like so. Of course, right now it's still wet, the layer that I've done to cover, so it's not for right now. I need for everything to dry before I'm attempting to add more texture on top. Okay, I've I don't have enough patience, so I'm gonna try to cover the lamppost very gently so not to harm again. Everything is happening today. Another brush. I'll have to save the tip of the other brush later on from down the jar. Bottom of the jar. Really trying to be careful. Worst case scenario, I can always go back with the stencil and with the joint compound and do it again on top. My only aim here is to create something interesting to look at and to feel. That's why I went for all this texture and not just painting a forest, because I think it would be something that will appeal to a kid. I hope that something like that will prompt a kid to take the book and read it. So that's what I aim for, that's what I'm going for. Okay, so now everything is black and you probably can't see anything, and also there is the glare from the wet stuff, but that's okay. I'm just going to try and add some more texture. I don't like this brush. More texture, more time to dry, but what can I say? Okay. Enough with the black gesso. Maybe if I'll tilt it, you will see a little bit more of the details. I need to buy stock in some glue factory and some baby wipes factory. That's what I need to do. Wasting paint and gesso on myself. Oopsie. Well, I'll clean the mat later on more thoroughly. The drawing time is making me nuts. Okay, so I feel like I need some more detail in the background and also the turtle. About the turtle, I'm not sure yet, so I'm putting it aside. About the background, I want something to add something with black, but not too much. I have black on the turtle, so I can do something with black here and hope it will be more of the same. I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to figure out what kind of doodling do I want to do. Maybe just spirals. All kinds. Again, randomly. Until everything will look nice. Until I think it's enough is enough. There is no explanation where I put stuff. Just spreading it around, having fun doing it, and waiting for everything to make sense. Backgrounds don't have to be very fancy all the time. It doesn't have to be lots of stencils, lots of stamping. It can be just smearing paint and doodling. I hope I'll manage to sleep tonight. I can't function on 2 hours of sleep. It looks now like either snails or I don't know what you call it. I forgot the name for it. The thing that attached get attached to boats and that you need from time to time to scrape it off. I can't remember the name now. I like the black on this. Maybe I will have to add something more. I'm tempted, crazy idea, I'm tempted to start making lines that go with the waves, lines with this black marker, pen, whatever. Once again, trying to see what's going on in the chat. I'm just trying to see what's going on. Snowdrift, yes. Sometimes the words just don't come to me. No patience at all. It's just stubbornness. Barnacles, yes. I know the turtle is going to cover some of the doodles, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, don't get attached. It's just part of the process. And if I'm putting it here and I feel like something is still missing, then I will decide, okay, it's covered some of the doodles, and now I will just add some more. It really doesn't matter. Here we go. More of this barnacles for that, whatever it is. It's a good thing that you reminded me about the turtle. Now I can see better where I need to put more of the doodles. Maybe a little bit here. It's the little things sometimes. It's the little things that do something to a page. Okay, taking a step back and to look what's going on here. My turtle definitely needs some more definition, and it's such a shame that you can't see all the shimmery stuff here. I'm still thinking that I want something a little bit more of black in the background. Not sure. And maybe more definition without covering what I have. In the background. That's going to take some time, oh my God. Yeah, it's definitely adding something. I'll continue this later. Okay, I'm moving this, and let's see. Another thing good with gesso that it dries faster than acrylic paint. I'm thinking that I will use my blow dryer, and let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking that we can graduate to some paint at last. Okay, so paint. I want some blue, some green. The green is just to create a shade in between, not anything more. And I will probably need white and a little bit of black again, just so I can play with darkness and lightness to the shades. And let's see, I don't know, another blue. So dark blue, another blue, so just so I will have something to play with. White, some black, and some of this green. very dark green. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to go about it. Let's see. I'm also trying to find a soft brush, so I won't damage some of the things that are still wet. Maybe this one. Or this one. Okay, I'm starting with just one of the blues. We'll see. I'm more interested right now in covering the black. The black is just a primer, a base, and each time I'm dipping into another color and I'm creating in between. And I've dipped into the black when I went inside here just because it would be darker there. But otherwise, I really don't care. And it would probably take me 2 layers because of the black underneath. But that's okay. Right now, I'm just creating another. This is another base. Even when you're painting, you need a base to your colors. I'll work on it with another layer. I'm starting from dark and then it will move later on to a lighter color. I'm mixing between the shades of blue directly here on on this, whatever. Just the beginning. Added a little white here so it would be lighter where I want my snowdrifts. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter because again there will be a more on top. Now it's just the base for the paint. I'm not covering the lamppost with blue. I'm leaving it as is right now. I'll deal with it later on. Still got a little bit of black gesso wet, so making this a little bit difficult, but that's okay. I'll just continue covering what I can. Okay. I'm creating a lighter shade, but I'm like almost like cleaning my brush on this paper just so it would be dry right now. So I'm putting another layer, but I'm working dry on dry. I don't know how to explain it better. I'm not covering now everything. That's why I had the base. So you see some of what is underneath is still showing. And yes, it right now it still looks like a mess. My brush is practically dry. It's starting to pick up some of the texture. And again, it's just the beginning. want another blue. Just trying to do, I don't know, the snow drifts, pick up more of the texture. Very slowly, all the details of the texture are starting to show. Each time I'm adding a little bit more white, so I will have highlights in places that have more texture. Okay, so a little bit more and a little bit more white. Lamppost at the end. Just taking a little bit, and I know it's crazy, but I'm taking a little bit of yellow, and sometimes it's just easier to take it like this. Yellow and the white. Too much. It needs to be dry brush. Just the beginning. I hope you still have patience. Again, this is just the start, and again changing a brush just because I don't know, when I feel that a brush is loaded with paint, and no matter how much I use it here and it's still not giving me what I want, I'm changing to another brush. Let's see, maybe this one again, trying to go with soft brush. I'm still using the white and the yellow because I want to create some kind of feel like the light from the lamppost is reflecting on some areas. And if something doesn't work, I can always get in and cover with the blue. This is just, as I said, this is just the beginning. Okay. I need a flat and soft, some kind of soft brush, because I want to take the white and start picking up the branches so it would look like I've got snow on the branches. I don't like this brush. Maybe I've got another idea. Where are my fan brushes? Let's try. Okay. White and blue. I'm gonna try something. Hope for the best. Not sure about it, but if I don't like it, I can always cover it again. Just thinking that maybe I'm dipping each time into the white and the blue, just so again I will have more shades in between. I'm getting tired, folks. Not good. Now it's giving me trouble. Now I'm even dipping into the black. It's all about creating all kinds of shades in between. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Maybe. Okay. White. More white. I'm trying to pick only the raised areas. It's almost dry again. Even with this sponge, it's almost dry completely. I'm just scraping it over the texture that I've got. The lamppost doesn't want to get dry. It's so frustrating. Just getting in with some white and blue, and again picking up some details. I'm going around the lamppost with some of the blue where I want to fix it. I want the lamppost to stand out more in black, so I'm going around it with a lighter color until I feel it's okay. When it's completely dry, then I will go with some more black. I'm playing until I feel like that's what I wanted to achieve. Wow, I'm tired, but I really wanted to get to this point of the paint, of starting to see something interesting. Okay, still wet, for God's sakes. I need it to dry. I probably should check the chat and see what is going on. getting there. I'm getting there. Okay. That's it for today, for tonight, for whatever. I'm done. I'm so tired. But at least it started to take shape. I still need to work on it, and I still need to work on my turtle. And, well, if I finish it, I will show you what came out of it in the next video I will do. And I will try and check the chat before I go for today. Okay, let's see. Zombieland. Well, I'm nearing it, that's for sure. Any questions for me? Anything that you would like to see in future videos? Anything, any question about this? Why? Wow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here and being patient. Most people nowadays want short videos, short attention span, I think. Okay. So I'll say goodbye to you all and thank you for coming in. It really means a lot to me. And I'll be seeing you in my next video. So bye for now.